Hey guys, Matt DeBacher here with the Real Estate Group. Wanted to put together some informational, instructional videos for you guys. Maybe you have some home improvement projects you're working on or trying to get your house ready to put on the market, and there's a few little things you need to work on around the house. One of those things could be drywall. A lot of times, you've lived there a few years, you got marks in the drywall, someone might have put a hole in the drywall with when your kids running around, or you threw open a door. I want to kind of give you a few basic tips on how to fix that. So a few things you'll need. First, you got to get the drywall mud or compound. It's called a joint compound. You get it at any home improvement store. You'll need a bucket of that. You'll also want to get some trowels. I have a few here. There's a corner trowel you can use, and then the trowel you want to start with is about a 4-inch trowel, and then you can also get a wider one. It's about 68 inches. You'll also want to get just a cheap plastic mud pan will work fine. You'll also want to get, a mask for when you're sanding, keep that drywall dust out of your mouth. So, a few tips. When you put your first coat on, you want to make sure you put it on nice and light and smooth. You don't want to glop a bunch on. It's going to be hard as you're sanding later on if you put too much on. So keep it light, keep it simple. After it's dry, you'll want to go ahead and sand that, and the way you can tell if it's dry is if it looks nice and bright white, it's dry. If it's still got some gray or brown to it, it's still got some water in there and it's going to need more time to dry. You can always put a box fan or something to help circulate the air and dry that out faster. Once it's ready to be sanded, you want to use a fine grit sandpaper. Something around a 200 grit is good. Definitely not anything coarser than a 100 grit because you don't want to leave more lines in your drywall as you're doing it. So let it dry, sand, do a second coat. Usually that's when you'll use that larger trowel. You'll start with about a 4-inch on your first coat. Second and third coats can be like a 6 to 8-inch trowel to do a wider span to cover over your previous marks. You'll want to let each coat dry in between, sand that. Once you do your third and final coat, sand that, and you're done hopefully. Sometimes you can get away with 1 or 2 coats if it's an easy area or small area. Most of the time you need 3 coats as what's been done here, and then that's the case in most new drywall. You'll need about 3 coats sometimes. So remember those tips. If you got a hole to patch, sometimes you can use the mesh tape to just put over the hole, drywall mud over that, or you can cut out a square of drywall, leave the paper on it, and just cut an area on the back of the drywall that is going to fit the hole. That way you'll have a flap around the drywall to rest against that hole, and you can drywall mud around that. So hope that helps, and good luck.